A new study shows Americans are actually more satisfied with their jobs than ever before. So we want to know what's driving that and what does it say about today's workforce?
We're joined live by Frank Chila, Chief Legal Officer at Deputy, a workforce management software company that conducted that study. Frank, welcome.
Thanks very much for having me. I appreciate it.
So I'm assuming these findings are surprising a lot of people. Why do workers say they're happier with their jobs right now?
It surprised us also that more workers are finding that are positive with work. Nearly 8 in 10 frontline workers told us when they finish their shifts they're feeling positive. We think one explanation for this is that employers are getting some of those fundamentals that workers care most about right. Things like predictable scheduling, like knowing when I'm going to work, clear communications, and just simply feeling recognized and valued at work.
Okay, Frank, so when I heard this, my conclusion was I think people today, in today's economy, people are just grateful to have a job. So is this real job satisfaction, or are people holding on to the jobs because they have, they're uncertain of the job market these days?
I think that's the right question to ask, and we think it's a mixture of both. We genuinely are seeing workers reporting higher satisfaction overall. What's really interesting right now is something we're calling the OK economy. And what I mean by that is workers are finishing their shifts and they're logging, they simply feel okay. They're not unhappy, but they're not engaged either. And in many cases, we think that probably is a sense of employers choosing stability of the current job over the risk of finding a new one. And the point I'd highlight here, though, is for employers, okay doesn't mean everything is good. It means people aren't unhappy enough to be walking out the door, but they're not necessarily connected and giving their best to the workplace. And so both a risk and an opportunity for employers there.
So what are employees looking for most today? I know the pandemic changed things for a lot of people, especially as they move to work from home. So is it still things like salary, or now do we have things like flexibility and work-life balance becoming just as important or even more important than what you get paid?
Yeah, it's a great question. Pay is obviously important. Cost of living pressures are real, as we all know. But what our data is also showing is that workers are increasingly valuing something just as much, and that is certainty. Many frontline workers are juggling jobs, juggling work and study, or work and family responsibilities. And so for the frontline worker, predictable schedules are really important, stability of hours. And flexibility here means not working less. It means having enough certainty to be able to plan the rest of your life around work. And one of the biggest insights here is that this is not a one-size-fits-all workforce experience. Gen Z, for example, they're the most poly-employed. That means they have multiple jobs to make ends meet. Whereas millennials and Gen X, they're more likely to be managing careers alongside mortgages or family responsibilities, while older workers prioritize stability and purpose in different ways. All that to say that flexibility to each of those different types of workers will mean very different things, but the consistent theme is that employers value certainty.
Very interesting. Okay, so Frank, let's turn this around. Let's put it on the employers now. What can employers learn from these results, if they want to keep those good employees?
The biggest lesson, happiness at work isn't determined by the industry or the job itself necessarily. It's shaped by how that work is actually structured, how it's supported, how it's scheduled. Our data is showing the happiest workplaces consistently have a few things in common. Predictable schedules. Employees know in advance when they're working. They have clear expectations and supportive managers. And I really honed in on managers. We see this time and time again. Workplaces with strong supportive managers consistently see better outcomes. The second lesson, I think, for employers is know your workforce. As we mentioned, employers are now managing 4 or 5 different generations of employee. And these employees don't all experience work in the same way. And so knowing those nuances, knowing those differences, those businesses that are able to tailor their practices to those different types of employees, they're the ones we believe will have the competitive advantage.
All right, Frank, very insightful. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Great.
Thanks for having me.